Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-winning actor you know from Game of Thrones and films like Cyrano. He stars in American Dreamer, which is in theaters March 8th. Let's take a look.
I was dead for 12 minutes, and they thought it was my heart, but it wasn't.
What was it?
Well, they're not certain. One doctor believes it was a gas bubble blocking oxygen to her windpipe.
Right, I will never eat hummus again. Who cares? Because of you, I woke up, I got myself dressed and walked out of that God-forbidden antiseptic hospital, and I came here to look at the sunset.
Please welcome to the show, Peter Dinklage, everybody. Welcome to the show. You know what?
I'm a dog person, but you gotta wear a cat shirt.
Yeah.
My 6-year-old has a matching one.
Really? You got mad? You know,
Yeah.
your buddy Josh Brolin was here.
Yeah.
And he wore a special shirt, too. Is this something you guys planned?
It's not competitive whatsoever. I didn't YouTube it over and over again today, taking notes. Yeah,
Do you
Josh.
remember when we ran into each other this summer?
It was at the Vineyard, darling.
Yes, we saw each other at
Yes.
Martha's Vineyard, and I was sitting in a chair, and you were sitting on a couch. We were on a friend's porch, and I asked you a question, and you said, "Oh, so you're like this all the time?"
Yeah. It really, it's felt staged and planned. You guys weren't there, though.
Yeah. This is the difference.
Why weren't you there? It was the Vineyard. It was the summer.
This is a fascinating film based on a true story.
Yes.
That was a This American Life
Yes,
story.
NPR from Chicago. Fascinating situation in which, you know, trying to find a place to live is hard, especially here in New York City. And this woman found a dream place, a dream house. But the thing is, there was an elderly man living there, and she would inherit the entire house when he died. And until then, you have to live with this guy in the like the servants' quarters and wait for him to die, which is ripe for comedy.
Well, I think what happened for her is she maybe thought he was going to die any day now.
Yeah,
And it turned out.
years.
Yeah.
She like met her husband. They had children. He became like a godfather to the children, and perfectly nice situation, I guess. But so we changed it, and Shirley MacLaine now plays the older.
It's really amazing, even to watch a clip with a legend like Shirley MacLaine.
Shirley.
How did you get Shirley MacLaine to do your film?
Well, she's the only one I could think of. And there's so many times when you're putting together a movie, which is so hard, and it's amazing that anything ever gets made. But you go, we should get someone like Shirley MacLaine. And I go, or we should get Shirley MacLaine.
Yeah.
Because we are human beings and we need to work as well. And somebody called Shirley and she said she would do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How
She turns 90 next month.
she looks
And I
fantastic.
she is just so brilliant. And she's going to be working in Atlantic City on her birthday, and I'm going to go down there and throw her a party.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
When was the last time you went down to Atlantic City?
That's not relevant to the story.
Because
I was employed in Atlantic City for a long time ago. Yeah.
Did you really work?
No, we don't have to talk about those days. Times are very difficult.
You mentioned New York, and I know you've been living here for years, and I would imagine
I don't know why anymore, but...
Yeah. But as a struggling actor, I imagine you had some bad early New York apartments that you maybe would have taken a deal where you could live in a nicer place until a person died.
You're not living with somebody waiting for them to die. You're wondering if you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Truly. I had a landlord once pull a knife on us.
Wow.
Yeah, we were
what
trying
was the
to...
purposes? Give me his side of the story.
I love that.
Yeah.
Your Honor, who's this? No, we were trying to, it was the early 90s, fresh out of college, thinking we were gonna own New York City in the theater world, and you need heat to run a theater. You need publicity to run a theater. So we never put on any plays. We just drank a lot and had a Buddhist roommate. And
he pulled a knife on a Buddhist roommate?
Yeah.
That's a bad landlord.
Yeah. He just had anger issues, I guess.
Yeah.
That we weren't like doing Broadway-style shows, apparently. I don't know.
Oh, so he pulled a knife due to creative differences.
Yeah, I think he might have worked for TKTS.
Oh,
I
interesting.
don't know.
I had always
know.
assumed when a landlord pulls a knife, it's due to rent, but he was like, I thought you'd be better.
Why aren't you on the map yet?
Yeah. I told all my friends there was a celebrity living in my building.
You're no Steppenwolf. Yeah, it was a prop too, which we've later found out.
He pulled a prop. Oh, that's so bad.
In a perfect world, it would have been what we're talking about. But it was a real knife, real reaction, real anger.
Was that the end? Did that sever your living condition, or did you sort of like go like, hey, let's let bygones be bygones? And
Oh no, we left.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We the theater company folded, and we left. And then you always have those apartments in New York that. I just heard a new term backstage where your kitchen is also in your bathroom.
Yeah.
It's called a bitchin'.
A bitchin', yeah.
Which is weird because as men of us, we all nickname everything.
Yeah.
That's like our skill set. Our only skill set as men is everything needs a nickname.
Yeah.
But yeah, bitchin'. I lived in a bitchin' for a while down Ludlow Street. But it's really practical because you can take a shower and stir your spaghetti at the same time.
I will say if you're maybe have amorous intentions with someone and you're at a bar and you say like, you should come back to my bitchin' apartment, you might be giving them a false sense of what they're about to see.
The face just drops at the doorway.
I got a lot more to ask you. We'll be right back with Peter after this.